no matter which way you go, unless you pick a third candidate or write your own name in, which I also might do now that I think, whichever way you go, we lose. In one way or another, we lose.
That was one response after the presidential debate on Thursday night. The group was part of a market research study with undecided voters.
The study was a collaboration with Ipsos and a media science lab. And here to talk to us about the study is market research expert Elizabeth Jaros. Thank you for being here, Elizabeth. Thank you again for waking up early and talking to us about this debate and this research study. The debate, obviously, something that is just an ongoing topic over the last couple of days. Talk to us about the research that you did.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's important research because undecided voters are really the voters that are going to decide this election. So we really wanted to go deep with them and understand the nuances of what they were feeling. And so we partnered with Media Science. It's a lab here in Chicago, and they do neurometrics. So instead of just getting a reaction rationally, you can also sort of understand what people are thinking and feeling. And then I did a focus group afterward. I work for Ipsos, so it was a collaboration. And we really went deep. So that clip was some of the respondents that I spoke to, some of the voters.
So neurometric data, so that's allowing you for these people not to, I guess, kind of lie or have preconceived notions. It's just in the moment.
Exactly. It's the subconscious. So imagine they're in cubes. They've got something hooked up to their finger to understand their skin response, because your body will actually respond when you have a reaction. Also analyzing face. So what they say is one thing, but what they feel is another. So for example, when President Trump was talking about the war in Ukraine, he was saying, oh, I'll have it solved before I even go to office, right? Like after I get elected and before I go into office. So we can see that there, people are excited emotionally because that sounds good, right? But rationally, they think that's not really possible, right? So you've got a conflict. So that's something that when I go into the focus group, I can talk to them about and understand in more detail.
What would you say is a significant takeaway that you got from conducting this research study, or this focus group with these individuals?
Well, I know there's a lot of discussion about Biden's performance. I kind of expected going into the group, looking at the rational responses, that everyone would be pretty down on Biden, right? To my surprise, the undecided voters were still really mixed. It's still a really hard decision for them for many, many reasons. And that was, I think, one big surprise for me.
Yeah, and I think, like we mentioned, it happened Thursday, this debate, but people are still talking about it today because of so much that came out of it. What were kind of the biggest points that you noticed from that focus group?
A great example of this is I started talking to them about the issues, and abortion came up. And they started telling me that they were actually going to vote for Biden. And these were some of the people in my group that said they were not going to vote for Biden initially. But when we started talking about abortion, they said, well, I just can't really get over this issue. But it's not about abortion. It's actually about, it's a gateway in terms of the Supreme Court taking away rights. So if they're going to take away this right, what's the next right they're going to take away, right? So there are nuances like that where they would sort of flip back and forth, like oh, Biden has cognitive issues, for example, and that causes me pause. But then again, I can't vote for him based on this issue. So it's a really complex thing. I don't think anybody can fully predict, exactly where people will net out, when the election comes at the moment. But we're going to keep trying. Yeah. We're going to keep trying.
I think it's interesting. You asked the folks a question about their ideal candidate.
Yeah.
And talk about what their ideal candidate,
Okay, this was my favorite part. I actually threw this in at the very end. It's an exercise I do a lot with consumer product goods. I'm a researcher, right? So I've been doing this 24 years, and this is one of my exercises. So I said, listen, throw out anything you can believe or think about these two current candidates, and just be creative. Tell me what the ideal president would be. They came up with a woman, mid-40s, very relatable, family, somebody you could trust. They actually mentioned Nikki Haley. It was really interesting. And then I said, okay, well, how close do these two candidates come to that? And it was dismal. It was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like a 2. It was actually 2 to 4 for Trump and 4 to 6 for Biden. So actually, Biden came a slightly closer, but they were still both pretty darn low. And Biden came closer because of his relatability and his values to family.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth. We have
Yeah.
run out of time, but we thank you so much for your insight and sharing that with us this morning.
Thank you for asking about it.
All right. Well, for more information on Elizabeth Jaros and Ipsos, you can visit ipsos.com. You can also find them on social media.